everyone, this is Tammy. I am just like going through all my stuff that I have purchased over the past, I don't know how many months, because a lot of it's stuff that I just don't know what to do with. And I thought I would show you because I'm getting into jewelry and I really want to show you like some of the interesting finds that I've found. And then also maybe you can help me decide what to do because I don't know, some of the stuff is really cool. Like this one, for instance, I don't know the name of this stone, but you can hear it. It is a stone. And it's super interesting, designed by nature. Look at that. That is so cool. So when I first got this, it actually was broken. One of the stones was broken. And I know a lot of jewelry resellers don't want to mess around with it, but as far as repairing, here's the broken piece. But I decided to go ahead and take this piece out and restring it. So now it's a little smaller than it was before. And it fits, I'll show you, it fits my wrist tightly. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to still try to sell it because it's very cool. A few other things that I found, I'll set this down. It's a Sarah Coventry. I'm just learning all the names. Please excuse my nails. Giant statement piece, this medallion with rhinestones. Is missing a rhinestone in the middle. But because this is marked, signed, and it's a somewhat popular. The other things that I'm probably going to just put in a lot, I have these like tie clips. I had to, double check them to make sure they're not like 14 karat gold or gold plated or whatever, but still. And then this little interesting Jesus baby medallion, which seems to be a common, I Google lensed it and I found a lot of these, so it's not anything super pricey or anything, and this is just a plastic cover on it, a little dome cover. Then I have some jewelry that I got from another place. This was like $5, so this is a cute little cat. I just picked it up because it's a pin and I thought it looked interesting. So that's one of those, I should just list this. I got to get that listed. What else do we have? Like this came in the bag, the grab bag. We've got this Tinkerbell. I think that could sell. Not like I'm gonna get a ton for it or anything, but it is, classic Disney. Should sell for something. Now here's the weirdest thing I got, and it's not from the jewelry, but I do want to show you. So these little feet, doll feet. So I've got a whole, I did an auction where I got a bunch of Monster High dolls. And those were popular, and they still are to some extent, with people, nostalgia. They want the dolls they had as kids. And they were super popular there for a while, where people would actually take the dolls and redo their faces. Let me show you. So here's one of the dolls. I'm trying to get it in here. Somebody redid her face. I did not do that. But they took the makeup off and just painted new eyes, and it's like a whole artistic trend that was happening. And it still is to some extent, like I said. So these are Monster High dolls. So I got those because I knew they would sell, and pretty decent prices depending on what. But these random things came with the doll lot, and some of these were like, I thought, oh, I'm going to throw those away because that's just weird. Did they just cut these off, the dolls? Because it was somebody who works with dolls and redoes them and then does restoration. So I'm like, just before I'm about to throw them away, I decided to look them up. These are Bratz dolls, shoes, actually. Because apparently with Bratz dolls, I didn't know this because I had a son during this time when Bratz dolls were popular. I'd never bought a Bratz doll in my life. Apparently when you change the shoes on the Bratz dolls, you change their whole foot. So that is why this is like this. And actually people sell them. I saw a pair of this. I'll try to post it on the video. I saw like one pair for like $20. I don't think these are anything special. Like the ones that were more expensive, like $20, were fancier shoes. Kind of weird, kind of creepy that they don't have toes. Isn't that weird? Anyway, so it turns out these are worth something. So now I have to clean them up. They're just a little bit dirty, not bad. but I have to clean them up and try to sell this feet. So that's the kind of stuff I get down this rabbit hole of like, oh my God, how long? And I need to not spend too much time doing this stuff because it'll take forever and I won't get enough listed. The other question of the day, going back to jewelry, is this kind of thing. I found this. This is really cool. It's an Avon pin, and it's a clock too, and it's kind of rare. Like, well, as pins goes, you don't see a lot that are also a little clock, and it potentially could work, but I don't have a battery for it. I don't think I do have one watch battery. I'm also not the greatest at figuring out how to get this off, so I have to look that up, and I don't want to take a lot of time, so I might just list it as needs repair, not working, and that, or needs battery, I guess is what I would say. So whoever can buy it, like, they can put the battery in, and if it doesn't work, they want to send it back, I guess they could. Or I could just sell it as is and say, like, you have to take a chance on this, because I don't know if I want to spend the time to put, and it's only potentially, I think maybe some people had it for $40, but if you go to the sold comps, it's kind of selling for less. So even if people are listing it for that. So I have to think about that one. That one, I don't know. I don't really want to mess with it. There's also quite a few on eBay already. So do I want to like compete and go to all that trouble for it to potentially just sit there? I don't know. Then I have these kind of things too, where I was almost like not really picking this up, but I got a whole camera lot, and this guy was trying to sell me a box of other random things. So he just said, take this box for cheap. So I did. Anyways, that's what was in here. We've got these pins. And with LA's getting the Olympics, where the Olympics are coming back in 2 years, or is it next year? I forget. So anyway, sometimes those things kind of go up in price and value when the Olympics are coming back to the same spot. So that's also from the Olympics in '84. And this one is just a different Olympics pin. So all these things are not super high value, and I haven't really listed most of these things yet. I have to kind of decide. And then there's like this pendant. I haven't looked into this one at all. So if anybody knows anything about this, there's the back, which is kind of decent. It feels heavy too. It's not cheap. This might be resin. It's probably resin with a little design. So this is just a pendant you could add to your own necklace. So probably going to put that in a lot rather than try to sell it by itself, because it's not signed and it's not gold or anything special. It looks like it's just like I don't know what kind of metal. I'm still learning about metals, so I don't want to guess. Brand name. And it's heavy. I think I still want to try to sell it. So that's one of those things I have to figure out. How much do I even try? And obviously I would call out this missing rhinestone. But some people are big collectors of jewelry, and they don't mind if it's a beautiful piece. And I think that's a pretty beautiful piece. So that's one. Then I just have like a silly thing like this, which it's just a very old bracelet. But then I used my UV light on it. I thought, this is interesting. It glows orange. Well, I don't know what that means necessarily. It's not, I don't think it's Bakelite, but Bakelite tends to be in a chunkier type of bracelet. But I want to look into that further. That's the rabbit hole I get going down. And then I have things like, so this is a whole bag. I should mention it was like a grab bag I got from a place called Yesteryears in Vallejo. And they give you like broken jewelry and some whole jewelry, and that's where a lot of this came from. So these are 2 clip-on earrings, which, believe it or not, clip-ons right now are pretty popular with jewelry collectors, but these are very lightweight and they're plastic. So who knows if anybody would want this. I may have to list it separately or in a lot where there's a lot of different, And then they have these, which they're not marked or anything, but they're nice little hoop earrings. So what do I do with those? I don't know. Do I do those separately, or do I put them in a lot? Separately, I mean, usually I guess from what I've been learning is you do the separate things when it's a really cool signed piece. So let me, excuse me for moving this camera. I'm trying to figure out, this thing is supposed to be sturdy, but it's the slightest bit of bumping and it's messed up. All right, so now we've got this beautiful, I think this is really cool. It's enamel on some sort of metal, not gold, obviously. If I could just put it on there right, that would be great. I'm not sure, like this is probably 80s, maybe 70s style, but it's in good shape overall. And it has this kind of a hook, so that kind of tells me that it's a little bit older. But I'm still learning, so I'm not like immediately able to say like what year, except based on the designs that I remember maybe my mom wearing or whatever. So that necklace, I think I'm going to sell it on its own. How much? The jewelry is very difficult to figure out the pricing. So I've been watching a lot of jewelry resellers videos. Reseller Revenue, by the way, is the one I watch the most right now, and she is great, and all the people on her um, YouTube are awesome. They get together, all the resellers get together and talk about jewelry, which is very cool. Sorry, this is angled weird. So I need to get more attention to my page. So that's the other reason I'm doing this, kind of trying to do some videos. Here's another thing that I picked up. So this is going to be my haul video from the yesteryears. From my research, I believe these are like 50s, 60s style Aurora Borealis beads. They're plastic beads, but they're faceted, which I guess I don't know exactly what that means, but they're also signed Vogue. So Vogue was a popular brand at one time for even jewelry. Can't get that to sit right. I'm looking through the camera is the problem. Okay. So you can see that these are signed, and maybe you can see it. Yeah. So those are kind of cool, but you know, they're going to go for like $12 maybe. I think I already posted them on my eBay. I have eBay at Poshmark, and I have Etsy. By the way, if anybody, there's a QR code. So that's my little thank you card, but that QR code, excuse me, takes you to everything, even my Whatnot, which I don't do Whatnot as often, but I have been trying to do my jewelry sales on Whatnot. So, because they sell well, but lower priced. And then I have this. This came in that same bag. So we've got a really long, somewhat heavy necklace chain. So it's not like, it's not silver or anything, but it's not super, super cheapy. And then this feels like a true stone. Can you hear that? Like it's not just plastic. It's cold. But I don't know. I don't think it's just plastic. I guess there's a possibility, but usually when the temperature, it's not like super cold though. So that's the thing. You got to learn these things, because if I misidentify these things and then try to sell them, and then people get mad and they want a refund, which is fine. I would, of course, if I made a mistake, I would say, please send it back. But obviously, I don't want that to happen if that's any way possible. So that, I don't know. It's not signed, but it seems to be kind of interesting. So like, would I sell it for 12, 15? Who knows? The best case scenario, I find one exactly like this somewhere on the internet, Poshmark, on Etsy, on eBay, I don't know, anywhere. And then I get an idea. But the problem is sometimes people make mistakes. Other people make mistakes. So they could be also, pricing it way off base. Who knows? And what else did I get? Oh, but this was cool. So this necklace, I think I'm going to try to sell on its own. And I'm still learning materials. So it's like a whole learning curve with jewelry is huge. But if you can see, I'll try to bring my camera. I don't know if it's going to let me. I'll zoom in a little bit. Got to move the feet. All right, we got all this stuff. Fancy, is it mother of pearl? Like, I'm not sure. I didn't know. I don't know because it's colored. It has color. It's like, it's not mother of pearl in a sense. Yeah, and this looks like it's even backwards right now that I'm looking at it. So let me turn it around. Yeah, it's all orange, very retro, and it is signed. So this is signed. Kind of show you guys a little closer. Isn't that neat? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's for somebody who likes very funky, different kind of jewelry. But I looked this signature up, and of course it doesn't want to focus. And now I'm trying to remember. It's something like You and I, or You and Me. I don't know, something like that. It's not a brand that I'm super familiar with, but it is a known brand that people like. So let me back out. So somebody that wants this different kind of interesting jewelry. This chain is not in the greatest of shape, so and I'm still like I'm less particular than maybe long time veteran sellers of jewelry, because some people might just say like, oh no, that chain's too bad. I don't know. I think it's cool enough that I want to try to sell it. So who knows? We'll have to figure out what the prices of these necklaces are going for. If anybody knows and they want to mention it, that would be great. Fun thing I just sold from that little random box, though, was this. Not jewelry, it's a 76. This is what, when people had antennas, like actual antennas still on their car, they would put this, like this was an advertising giveaway at the 76 gas stations. And I think you got one with like a certain amount of gas. I don't know, 5 gallons, whatever it was. Or maybe it was a fill up, who knows. But you got one for getting gas at 76. And I barely remember as a kid like seeing a lot of these on people's antenna, when people actually had like the straight antennas on their cars. Somebody just bought it from me and I grabbed this at the last second. I told the guy, I was like, oh, I guess I'll take this too. And I mean, he probably didn't even charge me for it, really. It was just like a whole, I paid a certain amount for the whole box. And I'm like, yeah, I remember these kind of. And this one, I took pictures of the side to show people, like, look, it's got some, it's a little messed up, but it's foam. But it's old, so people do expect that. So it sold for $10. I mean, that's not bad, right? I'm just trying to figure out how to ship it. So it's made of foam. I put it in this little box, which is kind of funny. I don't know if people are going to think that's ridiculous, but I just happen to have this box and it fits perfect. So I might send it in this box. I'm not, look, I'm not like some fancy business right now. I'm doing the best I can. And these boxes I get from a local community thrift store that whenever they get donations and they get boxes of jewelry, they just take the jewelry out, I guess, and then they sell the boxes. So that one I got to ship out, and I got to figure out how, because I know I could just put it in a poly bag, mailer bag, but I don't want it to get crushed because it is foam. Even though, it's not super fragile, it could get crushed. So yeah, I got to figure out how to ship that thing. I don't know why that's a problem, but it seems to be. Oh, here's another really cool one that I'm going to do this one on its own. This is leather. And this is definitely, I want to say, like a 70s vibe. It's a cuff. You have to open it up to get it on your wrist, sorry. And then, yeah, I don't know how it fits. Maybe it's supposed to fit the other way, honestly. I'm not sure. It seems like it would fit this way, but maybe not. I just don't really wear jewelry like this, so but it worked. It's very well made. This is extremely like tight. The workmanship on this is great. So it's leather. The only thing is there is a little bit of the leather kind of popping up right there. So I think I'm going to use some jewelry glue, which there is like jewelry glue, believe it or not, and see if I can get that to sit back down again before I try to sell it. Otherwise, I can call it out and say, yes, this is, does anybody know the proper way to wear this? Because it's kind of hard for me to even measure it on this. Oh, there goes my doll. I'm going to get that out of there. This is one of those bracelet measuring things. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty cool, I think. The leather is unique. It's heavy. It's well made. And I'm guessing, I guess you wear it like this. I don't know. Because here, if you wear it like this, you can see that screw and everything. And that seems like, I don't know, not what you'd want to do. So my guess is it's supposed to be worn like this. So I probably put it on wrong. But I need to do some Google Lens, look into that, see what that's worth, because I thought that was pretty cool. And that came also from yesteryears. What else did I get from them? I didn't really plan this video out very well, you guys, but I do need to start getting my name out there. This is another, all right, I'll show you this necklace that I'm undecided on because it's not signed, I don't think, but I can double check that. And yeah, it's just an old fashioned plastic bead necklace. So I'll have to check into that. It's cleaned up a little bit. And then I've got this Avon. This was just all, I don't know, all kinds of, and it needs fixed. So that, again, you get into this jewelry that you get in these grab bags and you really want to not throw them away. And I know the girl that I watch that does the reseller, she'll throw stuff away so fast, which I get. Or she'll just throw it in a junk lot, which is fine with that because at least somebody will get it and they can use it for crafts or whatever. Some people like to repair jewelry. I don't mind repairing it to some extent, but excuse me, I have to take a drink. So other things that I have for sale. Oh, this is another weird thing I got in the grab bag. Look at that. It's something to do with horses, and I looked it up and now I'm not remembering, but it's like an award for people that, it's bronze, I believe. Yeah. And it sells for a decent amount, but it's like you got to find the right person. So that's not one of those things that even if it sells for $20, it's going to go tomorrow. It probably will sit for a while. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff. I've got not the Monster High dolls. I've got jewelry. I've got feet that I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna put these on just like this. I did not realize that was a thing, but people buy them so they can change the doll's feet / shoes. Kind of cool. And yeah, I have some other stuff that I will have to look into too. I've got Avon jewelry and a lot of cool stuff. So I guess, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I do enjoy it. I like getting the grab bags. The grab bags almost always work out for me though, because they cost $5. And even if just one thing sells, like this necklace or this or whatever, I make my money back on that pretty quickly. So it's fun to go through and figure out like what you want to sell, what you don't. Anyway, thought I would show you guys, and this video is getting a little long, but I'm going to do more videos just so everybody can see and give me some advice on whatever you think. Like, if you know about this Sarah Coventry, please tell me like what you think it should go for, if it's missing a rhinestone, if you think I should go ahead and take the time to fix this watch on this Avon pin. Avon doesn't tend to go for a lot. I found that out because I bought a whole lot of Avon, but some of it does. It just depends. So that's one of the pieces that do kind of sell. So that's why I grabbed that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to make some of this a little bit more organized and get things on my eBay and Etsy and Poshmark. But thanks a lot, and I will see you guys later. Bye.